Yesterday someone called me and was asking me that do I teach astrology or not, or can I teach him astrology or not. So my answer to him was that no, I don't teach astrology and I can't teach astrology because I am not a teacher and I don't have that much patience to teach astrology to anyone actually. And I might be sounding a bit, what to say, rude. Anyone can judge anything from this. That's not my problem. But was it relevant to speak about that thing? Yeah, it is relevant because his intentions was something different, I think, which many people might be having, that they wanted to have a quick remedy in hand, means they want to know how to do reach to the conclusion or how to get remedies. So that's the his main purpose was not to learn astrology, but his purpose was to get remedy for his own problems, because he might have been consulting many astrologers and they might have failed to give him a remedy. So first thing is that it is not so easy. I have been doing astrology for the past more than 10 years. Then I have declared that I am a professional, and it's not so simple. First thing is, if someone is not an astrologer, he shouldn't dive into that field. Just because the planet is sitting in your 8th house doesn't make you an astrologer. Or just because your Ketu is somewhere, your Guru is in a Ketu nakshatra, or your Venus is in a Ketu nakshatra, or your Mercury is in Ketu nakshatra, or is sitting with Ketu, it doesn't make you an astrologer. It's always better that you should avoid becoming an astrologer, because what I have felt, I don't know what others may feel like, what I have felt, that after becoming an astrologer, it's a lot of burden for me. First thing is that Saturn slows down everything, because every day one or two person comes with a Saturn aspecting Jupiter in his horoscope. That means when I become by default his Jupiter, so his Saturn hinders my growth also. So we are taking the curse of that horoscope which we are seeing. Even if he is not getting anything from me, but I am getting harm from his horoscope. So it's not always good. When you don't know about something, don't jump to conclusions. First of all, that okay, he has attained this position, so I will be very happy, I will be earning money. Your intentions are quite clear, because when I go through a horoscope, I do understand that where that person is standing and what his intentions are, even if you don't speak to me. That's not a rocket science for me, at least. My sixth sense is very strong. Anyone can cross check me 1,000 times, because every day someone or the other is calling me. Half the people are trying to cheat me. That's not a professional way to do things with an astrologer of my stature. I'm not saying that I'm a very big astrologer. I have got that by luck, or whatever you have to say. My past life I was an astrologer, and I was not aware of that fact from my childhood only. I came to know after I studied a lot. I stumbled upon many things. Okay, that's how I was a very good astrologer in my past life. Half of the things I haven't read in any books till date. It's not that I have all the books in hand. I am very weak in Sanskrit, I am very weak in Hindi. That's why I had to start a channel in English. Think of it. Then how do I get those knowledge? Because in my past life I have read everything. That's destiny. My destiny made me an astrologer. I was never willingly doing this profession earlier. Means I never thought of doing this. It was by force, by nature's force, that I became an astrologer. So just by seeing my personality, don't think, okay, we also want to become someone like him. First of all, there is no money. The way I work, there is no money, because I don't do any chanting of mantras for anyone, which we call in Hindi is sankalp. I don't take any sankalp. Anyone can think that he is not literate enough. He doesn't have that knowledge. Whatever you may feel like thinking, think about it. I don't bother about what other people are thinking, because I know the consequences. That's why I don't do that. My destiny has forced things on me, but I don't want to get myself wet every time just because my destiny says that. That's my choice. That's my way of avoiding things. So on top of that, when we study more, we understand that we are very small. Earlier it was like, okay, there's very simple things. Okay, this is a very simple thing. This, you see, getting an average result is nothing. And when my Ketu is sitting in my ascendant along with Jupiter, Venus and Sun, I am a very much, deeply into becoming a perfectionist. I don't leave a thing until it is not done perfectly. I never believe in 99%. I always believe in 110%. So there is a lot of difference between you people and what I think. Half of the time I am not charging any money. Even if someone is saying, I won't charge any money. And that also I am doing impartially. I am not going after every person. Okay, I didn't charge that person. I didn't charge. You all don't even know how many people I haven't charged in my whole life. I haven't told any other second person, okay, I haven't charged him. And I gave my 100%. There are, which type of cases you all won't believe that there will be any remedy. There were people who were not getting children. There were miscarriages. So I sorted out their problems. At that time I was not strongly into astrology. I gave them remedies and that worked. And my confidence got boosted up. So slowly I started prescribing many people that prescription. Somewhere I got stumbled. Okay, it's not working. It got stuck somewhere. Then I could understand. My sixth sense told me a day prior to that. Okay, it's because I didn't had any horoscope of the couple. The boy had a horoscope, the girl didn't had. His wife. So my sixth sense told me it's because of Ketu. Then I said, do this remedy, it will work. And it worked. That comes with experience. Then that lady gave birth to a daughter. So and I didn't got a single penny from that case. And the guy, he doesn't believe so much in astrology. It's not believing. They are very, miser type people. They think that their money shouldn't be spent. It's like that. I didn't got a single penny. Even after that daughter was born, that guy never came to thank me also. Verbally also. Neither he called me, he had my number. He knows me he's from my city only. He never came to me. He never approached me to thank me. No one thanked me for many cases. I am not given credit of. So, if I am in that position and someone else, like anyone else, wants to get into my shoes, he will feel very bad. He will start cursing people. Okay, I will give him, because I have that much power, I will be cursing. So just don't force yourself, because you can't step into my shoes. Means becoming an astrologist is not so hunky-dory. Take my words. When someone grows up to that level, it's very easy to criticize, okay, what he has achieved. You don't know the hard work he has done for the past 10 years, 20 years to reach that pinnacle. Just by observing someone, just by observing me on YouTube, you all might be thinking, okay, it's so easy to speak on YouTube. No? Yeah, it's very easy to speak on YouTube. To bluff, it is always easy. But to give result, it's tough. And don't reach to conclusions for everything. You don't have that much of, IQ. Simply, I would say that as IQ. I won't be associating any star for that. So you don't have that much of IQ to understand those things. Those are complicated phenomena, complicated things. You need to understand that which path to follow and which not to follow. When I become a guru of someone who consults me, knowingly or unknowingly, even if he is not aware, that when I am going to an astrologer, he becomes my guru. by default. But I know that, no? I have that responsibility on my shoulders. Money is not a factor for me then. What is the difference between Saturn and Jupiter? Saturn is a karmic planet. Jupiter is not a karmic planet. So why we need Jupiter then if it's not a karmic planet? And why it is Karaka of so many houses then? Second house, fifth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house. And why bad houses are associated with Saturn? Saturn is karmic planet of third house, fifth house, eighth house, 12th house. Why? 10th house is every planet is a, what to say, Karaka planet. For 10th house there is not a big deal. But for the other important houses, the fifth house, progeny and everything, second house, savings, we call it money. Money is not the second house. Money is actually 11th house. There we earn actually. The second is savings. So why it's saving and why Jupiter is Karaka of that house? From where actually Jupiter guides you as a guru? The 9th house. It's not so good as a Karaka planet of 10th house. I don't associate 10th house Karaka as Jupiter, never. Saturn is Saturn, Sun, Mars, the predominant planets. So how I segregate astrology is very different. You all might have following my videos, you all might have be seeing my videos. The significance is that I will be posting few videos, just a few videos of Saturn, important videos of Saturn, Ketu, Rahu. I might not post any video regarding Mercury. For me, it's the most irrelevant planet. It must be having some significance or other. It has many significances. Because of that only I am speaking. Mercury is sitting in my second house. It's retrograde. It's combust. 9 degrees. Kritika Nakshatra. Taurus sign. It's the Karaka of my third house. Third house Lord and sixth house Lord. And its Mahadasha is going. I became an astrologer because of that Mahadasha only. It is the 8th from my moon. My moon is in my Libra. And I became an astrologer. I never thought that I will be becoming an astrologer in the Mahadasha of Mercury. And I consider that planet the most insignificant planet. Everyone was, you should have taken that as the best thing. No. It's my past life debt which I haven't paid. I am paying as an astrologer. The 6th house results I am paying. So it's not a good thing. Debt. I am indebted to everyone who is coming to me. So how can I say that it's a good thing? Astrology. For me it's a bad thing. Because it grew when the 6th house Lord Mahadasha started. And 6th house is debt. Raw green Ripu. Diseases. I'm not getting sick anymore. I hardly get sick now. Earlier I used to get a lot of sicknesses every time. But after my Mercury Mahadasha started, I hardly get any sickness. So it's not showing any sickness sign. Enemies I always had. But due to my horoscope, no one can harm me up till that level. It's like a, what to say, Chakravyuh type of horoscope. I joke a lot about my horoscope. That's why I posted my own horoscope fully. That this is my horoscope, this is my perfect actual time. Whosoever knows astrology, he won't be taking enmity from me. Because it is very tough to break my horoscope. Once you enter it, you can't exit. There is no way out of it. But I never use my powers. Why should I? Because you have to pay for that. If you do something wrong, either in this life or the next life you will be paying for that. So it's always better and good to become a good person. I'm not just telling it to show myself off that I'm such a nice person. I hardly sing a good story about myself. I hardly do that. And whosoever knows me closely, they know that how I am bad at tongue also. I'm very blunt. It's not that I don't understand how to speak softly and how to convince people in a better way. I don't need to, actually. I hardly care for that. If you need me, you will call me. If you need me, you will pay me. The intensity of your requirement, your needs, is the level when you chose to pay me. If you are not paying me, that means you don't need that thing. And even if I give you the whole remedy, it won't be worth anything, because you won't be doing that, because you haven't paid me. That's so simple for me and for you also. Even if you don't understand the thing, it hardly matters for me. And many times people need it, they use it, but they don't want to pay it. So it's not that if you are not paying me, I won't be getting paid. Somehow, one way or the other, that planet makes a position for me that I get that money somehow or the other, either from you or indirectly. And if he's paying me on your behalf, think of it, how much he's charging you for the mischiefs which you are doing. When you are intentionally trying to cheat me, I know half of the people are trying to cheat me, and many times people are trying to experiment with me, that okay, they don't have a faith in astrologers, Brahmins and all. They don't have faith in our Vedas, Rig Vedas, Yajurvedas, Samvedas, Puranas, our Vedic culture. When you don't have a faith in our own culture, I'm not a god to teach you, and I am no one to teach you. Feel free. You all have my number. Feel free to experiment with me, to test my patience, to test my knowledge, to test Hindu religion, to test whatever you feel like. Even if you are not a Hindu, you're most welcome to question me, to check my knowledge. It's not becoming a Hindu or non-Hindu. I don't believe in those things. I believe that God is there and omnipresent. I think there is only one God. I don't believe in multiple gods. They are devtas. They are not. God is only one. There is one supreme being. I don't have a confusion between these things. They are demigods, they are sub-gods, and they are things. I don't mix things actually. I have a very clear vision about things. That's why when I have a clear vision, I know how to do things. And you all don't have that much of vision. How always you need to keep yourself pure. You don't have that much of understanding. It's not that you need to understand Hindu Dharma to remain pure. Many people, I think, they might not be knowing what to say, Hindu Dharma. A Westerner might be a very good person by heart, even if he might have read nothing. I have hardly read anything. It's not that I have read any Vedas. I told you I'm not very fluent in Sanskrit and Hindi. But I have that knowledge in me, no? Why? I have read Bible. I was educated in a convent school from my childhood only. So English is much better than my other languages. So I have read Bible. They used to distribute in my school, what to say, till 8th and on. Every year they used to come, the missionaries used to come and they used to distribute Bible. So I had Bible and I always used to read Bible. Till my 12th, I think I have read only one book. That was the Bible. Many times I have visited church. I don't remember in my childhood I used to visit any temple. No, I was not that religious. And I used to frequently go to church because in my school there was a church. So I have visited many times. I used to go inside the church. Okay, and we, being a Hindu, we used to take our shoes outside. Okay, because it's a church, it's a temple. For me, it's a temple. So I used to take my shoes off. Otherwise, people don't take shoes off in the church. But being a Hindu, I understood that thing, and I used to do that. I used to quote from, when there was an assembly, I used to quote from the Bible and read that. A good quotation from Bible. I had a habit of reading that Bible. I always read because it was in English, so it was easiest for me. So that's the book which I studied. I can say till I was 18. After that, I went to do my hotel management. Then I was off the track. Nothing was there like regarding astrology. I was doing palmistry from my childhood only. From the time when I started understanding things, I started doing palmistry. That fascinated me a lot. That time books were not so much available, and I was not moving out of my house to buy any book. So I was doing palmistry. I used to read newspaper, and I started learning from newspaper only. That was my basics of astrology, palmistry. Then when I came back and all, then I started studying things. Seriously, I started understanding things. Till then, I was never reading anything. I'm from a Bengali family, but I don't understand how to read Bangla. That's a foreign language for me. We had many books in Bangla. We had Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, everything in Bangla. I never read them. They must be lying in some trunk inside somewhere. My father had many books regarding astrology, but I don't understand how to read Bangla. So I never saw those books. So it's not that I was not in this business. My karmic cycle brought this in my life. It was not intentionally done. My father never wanted me to become an astrologer. Until the day he died, I suppose he died in 2018, I think. So when he died in 2018, till that I was not strongly into astrology. I was doing, it was like a hobby, and I never thought of becoming a full-time professional astrologer. That was never my intention. Until date, I am not reading any book. You all might be thinking, okay, he's reading these type of, because that guy asked me, what will I tell? How I do astrology is very different. I believe in doing things practically. Means obviously there are 9 remedies. You make a permutation combination out of those things. You make a variation. Just because a planet is retrograde, combust, exalted, debilitated, there are many forms of a single planet. It might be associated with a bad planet. Some planet might be seeing it, and it might not be seeing that planet. So that negative effect is coming from that planet to that planet. So how you will ward off that evil effect? We learn these things from doing it practically. There are many things. Like first you read and you understand. Then you implement that thing. Then there are some mistakes which you make. Then you understand. You try to improve that thing. And there are many people who don't want to change. I'm a very flexible guy. One of my friends who used to study with me is from my college days in my IHM Hotel Management, Kolkata. He was my classmate. Now he is consulting me for astrology. So I suggested him one gemstone. It was not that I was wrong in suggesting that gemstone. I was doing at the upper level of thing. I wanted to that he should achieve something bigger. So I suggested in the second tier level gemstone. That didn't work for him. I could understand, okay, that's not working. Within 1 or 2 months I could understand, okay, it's not working the way I wanted it, that gemstone to work. It was not harming him, but it was not working as a magical gemstone. I could understand. Then I called him the next day. Okay, it's okay. It's more than, I think, 2 or 3 months. It was. I said, remove that. Take it out of your finger. Now we will be going in the other way, because earlier I was thinking that I need to save his job. Because things change, our priorities change. Everyone's priority changes. So our astrologer also has to become flexible, because of our greed, our honor and falsehoods, we think, no, if I will change my mood and I will change the remedy, what he will think about me, that I am a failure. You don't want to take a no for anything. You see, if a child was born and you gave him something for that particular time and he grows up, now he doesn't need that thing, that support. Suppose it's like crutches. We are giving a support from a certain planet. After a certain period of time, you don't need that support. Even if you remove that, he will be able to walk. We don't need to be taught ABCD every day. Once you have learned that thing, now you move to the higher level. Now you don't need your kindergarten teacher to teach you ABCD. It's like that only. But there are few gemstones which are always needed, and we need to change them also, because once they become, I don't know why they become inactive. Yeah, they become inactive. I have seen that thing. A new gemstone works better. And I had many Hessonites and I have donated everyone, and they're working fine. For few people they have taken it out, and for few it's working very nicely. So that's the thing. My favorite gemstone is Hessonite and chrysobel cat's eye. These two are my favorites. Wherever I feel like, I suggest one or the other. And if I can't suggest one of these two, I feel very bad. Okay, his horoscope is such that I can't suggest him this gemstones. I feel bad for myself. Hassonite is the cheapest gemstone. So if someone his horoscope is suitable to wear that, then I am very happy that he is a very lucky guy. That's very, because if someone's Rahu is good, means Rahu is the king of this Kali Yuga. So whosoever has a good Rahu, he is very blessed. Don't take it as because Rahu is a bad planet. You are blessed because your life will be becoming normal. It will always remain good. You don't have to struggle that much. You don't have to fight that much. You will be getting things easily. That's better. Don't indulge yourself in that dharma or adharma thing. You're not mature enough to understand those things. We simply, label something as, okay, Guru Chandali Yuga is going to form. In, I think, 22nd April it will be starting, when Jupiter is moving into Aries sign. And Rahu is already posited out there. So they will be meeting in that sign. So, okay, Guru Chandali Yuga, it's a very bad yoga. I know it's a very bad yoga. But you are not Bill Gates. Why you are worrying so much? Your fortunes won't go anywhere. On the contrary, everyone will become lucky. Don't put pressure on your small mind. You don't have to worry that much. For that I am sitting. Why need to make a thing which is nothing actually and make an issue out of it? You won't even be feeling anything actually. See, half of the people, when they are predicting, they are doing it for the bread and butter. They exaggerate things. Okay, Guru Chandali Yuga will be coming and this will be happening. It's very irrelevant. It's like an asteroid is moving at a speed of, say, 30,000 kilometers per hour. But it's not hitting Earth, so what's the consequences of it will be having on you. It won't be having any consequences. There are many asteroids moving around Earth. You don't need to worry about every asteroid. Then you'll be doing like this only for your whole life. You won't be able to focus on any work then, which is not going to impact your life. Why you need to worry about those things, and why it's not impacting, and where it will be impacting. First thing is, nowadays Guru has lost a lot of significances. Earlier, when we used to see astrology and horoscopes, suppose 20 years back only, if I take a time, I suppose when I was born, 1976, in that time the position of Guru was much better than what it is now. 46 years now after that, Guru has lost a lot of charm. And why it has lost it? Because Rahu is taking out. It's like, Kali Yuga is at the end of it, at the last phase of it. So it's the brightest it will glow. So Rahu is becoming very powerful. I think that Kali Yuga will end somewhere in between 2030 or something, 42. Most probably 2042. Kali Yuga will end 40, 42 something now. So why need to worry about that? You don't have to worry about everything. There's nothing as such that you all can change the things. Why I'm doing astrology is because I want to guide people. Okay, don't worry about these big things. They are not going to impact you. The planet which will be impacting everyone is Saturn. The planet which will be impacting you is Ketu. The planet which will be impacting you is Rahu. It is deciding everyone's fate. If I'm not wrong, let me share something. Everyone says that, okay, Guru is Venus is the Karaka of the 7th house, but without Guru, without Jupiter, no marriage takes place. So we somehow take that as a Karaka. But when at the time of Corona, what happened? Many people who were very mismatched, they were not of good reputation, but they were easily getting married. They couldn't have got married. Those love marriages took place at the time of Corona. Why at the time of Corona? Because at the time of Corona, Guru was in a very debilitated position. Not the exact debilitated house of, okay, it was the debilitated position of Jupiter. In that time, Guru was in the 10th house, Capricorn sign, but still the position was worse than that situation. So when Guru was not in a strong position, Rahu was in a good position. So Rahu also gives you whatever you want in your life. You want marriage, so he will do a bad marriage for you. He will end up marrying a good guy. If he is a good guy, he will end up marrying a bad girl. And if it's a bad guy, then he will be getting a good girl. The opposite. Mismatch marriages take place. Good guy, bad girl, bad guy, bad girl, good guy, this type of opposite combinations. So that's Rahu. Go check it out. When Jupiter was in the Capricorn sign, and I told good people that don't get your daughter married at this moment. Hold it for few days, for a few years at least. When Guru moves out of this, it's still not in the good position. And that same Guru Chandal Yoga is coming. This time Rahu will be hitting. Yeah, it will be hitting badly. Many mismatches, marriages will again take place. That's the secondary question, that whether these marriages will last or not. They will last. Bad marriages last more. Because when evil unites something, no, it's for evil thing, because your karmic planets are punishing you. So until unless your punishment doesn't get over, you can't get over with that cycle. It's not that people won't be getting married. They get, you will see more marriages taking place in this Guru Chandal Yuga's time. So don't worry. Guru and Rahu being in your 9th, in your 7th, any planet, like Libra will be having that in 7th house. Leo will be having that in the 9th house. Gemini will be having that in the 11th house. Aries having in the ascendant itself. And what to say? There is another sign. After Libra there is Leo and there is Sagittarius. They will be having in the 5th house. So they will get a bad boyfriend. They can also end up marrying. Love marriages of Sagittarius. There will be frequent marriages in these times. Guru delays things, but Rahu won't delay it because he doesn't have a thought process. He doesn't have a body to hold. No? It's just a head. Whatever you feel is a big mouth. It can't digest anything. So he doesn't understand how much you need to eat, how much you need to take. People become greedy. They go away from the path of dharma. They don't have that consciousness inside you. This will be the toughest time, the toughest challenges astrologers will be facing. People like me, while suggesting something, every astrologer will be in a situation of dilemma. It won't be for the normal people. When someone goes to an astrologer, they take 2 horoscopes for marriage matching, then that astrologer will be having tough time. Knowingly or unknowingly, many may not be aware of that Guru Chandal is affecting them actually. That Rahu will be getting inside our head. I know the things what will be, but don't prepare a rosy picture or don't prepare a black film for everything. It can't be black and white, it can't be fully colored. It will be a mixture of everything. That's how life happens. You can't see, it's the whole universe. Life is universe. It's not north or it's not south, it's not east, it's not west. There's an equilibrium, there's a balance. The creator is sitting there to do that. You don't become a creator for yourself. It's very big. So whosoever is not destined to become an astrologer, don't indulge in that thing. Who is a good astrologer? Who is a bad astrologer? Who is influenced by what? Just by looking at my horoscope, you can say, okay, his Rahu is also influencing his Guru. You don't know and you are just reaching to conclusions so fast. My Rahu is in my 7th house, it's seeing Jupiter in the 1st. Okay, it's influencing, it's not influencing. The worst planet is sitting with it, Ketu. It has, what to say, holding it with its claws. It's a planet of denial. You don't know how much I have to suffer because of that planet. Just don't become judgmental. Whatever you are saying, if that would have been true, then you would have become a good astrologer. And if you are not a good astrologer, just don't go and reach to a conclusion. Or don't become a master in a single day. That will harm you, not me. Just because you are making a miscalculation about me doesn't harm me. That's how you're harming yourself actually. Unknowingly you are thinking that you have reached to that level. Remember one thing, that's a curse. I take that as a curse. Ketu sitting in my ascendant. It's a myth, it's a bluff. Everyone says that Ketu is a planet of moksha. You have to live your whole life, no? And Ketu is denying you certain things. in whichever house Ketu is sitting, it will deny you the result of that house. It depends upon the degree of the intensity of that Ketu. The level of denial will be till that level. Sometimes some people Ketu is very good, so it doesn't deny them, but it gets mitigated. Why it gets mitigated? It varies from case to case. So don't become judgmental just because seeing Ketu. Okay, don't make a thumb rule of everything. He said Ketu is a planet of denial. So how he is getting something and why he is not getting other things? That's why I said don't misjudge things. That someone said Ketu is the planet of moksha. It hardly gives any moksha. That's the worst thing I have heard people saying. It's very easy to reach to conclusions. Okay, Ketu is a planet of moksha. Ketu is a planet of moksha. I feel irritated because of that. Those type of thumb rules people follow. Okay, I have heard that Saturn is a very bad planet. Even Mars is a bad planet. Sun is also a, bad planet. That intensity of sun, it burns everything. The sun sitting in my first house, it has burned the 7th house. I know it. People, oh, what is that? If the first house is good because of the sun, the 7th house will get destroyed. But Saturn has many, drishtis. It sees the 3rd house, 7th house, 10th house. So it has 3 drishtis. So it burns 3 houses. So it becomes more malefic. So just to reach to conclusions. I have met people. I saw yesterday only someone came. His Jupiter was in the 6th house. His Venus was in the 12th. He's not getting married. His Venus is combust. Pathetic condition. And Jupiter in the 6th means he has to pay a lot of debts. Even his Bhagyesh is in the house of debt. Think of it. How his karmic cycle is. How he is being punished. I had no remedy for him actually. Whatever I gave it fully. But I don't think that he will be able to achieve it because his Jupiter is in the 6th. So he will be taking that as a negative sign. I know it right now only. He came, he's from this city only, so he knows me from priorly also. So he's seeing my videos. He came to me for consultation. I gave him the 100%. But I know what he will do. It's not that if he changes the guru, something will happen. Then he will be harming his gurus only because his Saturn is in the 4th and is seeing the 6th house. So I am being punished because of him, just because he came to me. We can't avoid it. Anyone who is better than me, I'm not saying that I am the ultimate person. Anyone who is better than me, there are many good astrologers I have seen many good astrologers videos. I see their videos. I won't blame other people. No, they are bluffing. Hardly many people are bluffing. They understand that when we go up the ladder, no, we hold much more responsibilities on our shoulders. So if someone better than me, even if he meets that guy, he will be making a worse picture of that guy. Okay, he's not able to give me anything. You see, astrology is not rocket science. It can't take you to the moon in a single day. We tend to assume things wrongly. Okay, I have met an astrologer, he will be giving me quick remedies. From where will I give you quick remedies? Even I told him, do something. Okay, this is the remedy. Vaibhav Lakshmi. Worship that. At least he need to do 6 weeks. Continuously. and he has to follow all the procedures. I don't know he will do or not. It's up to him. And if he thinks that he needs a quick remedy, I can't suggest him a Pukhraj. He was wearing one. I said take it out because your Jupiter is the 6th. I can't say wear another gemstone regarding Venus opal. No. 12th house Venus. He had Sun in 12th house. And the proximity of Sun and Venus is making things worse. It's not that we don't get an illusion in our head. He's getting a disillusion in his head actually regarding his marriage. The concept which he was following, when I make people feel at ease with me and they speak a lot and think, I intentionally do that. He couldn't understand. Okay, he thought that I am an evil person. And it's fine, whatever you may be feeling like. You're not getting the thing. He was not getting things actually. He is still not mature enough to get a wife actually. But he can't equate that same thing with me even I am not married. So everything, the same thing doesn't count on all people similarly. You can't equate myself with any other person who is not getting married. So that's ignorance actually. When you are ignorant, you tend to assume things for everyone. When a saint meets a, thief, and he is also wearing a attire like that saint, he thinks he is also a saint. But the thief thinks, okay, he is also a thief. He is also bluffing people. It's like that. So, because in my childhood only when I started understanding and thinking about things, no? When someone read Kabir and one day someone said, if it is Kabir and he's saying something, that means it's not that simple. Because I remember one song, someday I will be singing that song. That is the song of Lal and Fakir. He is a Muslim and he was prior to Rabindranath Tagore actually. He was born in present-day Bangladesh. So, Khachar bhitor ochin pakhi kemne ashe jay. Khachar bhitor ochin pakhi kemne ashe jay. Tare dhorte parle mono meri ditam pakhir par kemne ashe jay. It's a song. Okay, he was a bard type of person. So he used to sing. So, and he was a Muslim. His guru was a Muslim. So he was a Hindu. Lalan Kaur was his name. He was Hindu, but after that he followed a fakir, and so he took diksha from that fakir, and he was a Muslim, so he became Muslim. It's like that story. So this is a song he is singing. This lyrics is given by him. So when he, being a fakir, being a bard, he is making a song, means it should have relevance, it should have importance. Khacha means this is our body. Khachar bhitor ochin pakhi. Ochin pakhi means a bird which we don't know the life inside us. That is the ochin pakhi. It has depth. The meaning of that song is very deep inside. It's embedded inside those simple words. If we knew, means we die one day, no? Khachar bhitor ochin pakhi kemne ashe jay. When it's come inside us, means we get birth and we die. Ashe and jai means it leaves. That life form, it diminishes, it leaves the body. This body is left behind. Jaan le pare, I would have bound its legs. Means. So, if I would knew that thing, I would have bounded it inside that body. So, that's how he correlates with things. Because he was a spiritual person, no? He had that vision in him. Okay, this is life and this is death. This is like this. So, It's not so simple. So when people like him, Kabir, Ravidas, many people, Kabir was a Julaha, weaver. Simple words, simple person. But it had depth. When he spoke relevance. Everyone, okay, I became a poet. You can't become a poet. You will be putting garbage on the YouTube. Don't try to, personify yourself. I can't become Kabir. I won't say that I can become. Anyone who is wearing yellow doesn't makes him a saint. So don't reach to conclusions, please. It's not so simple. It's simple, but it's not so. Otherwise, I would have named my channel as Simple Astrology. I haven't named it. I said Practical Astrology. There's a difference between Practical Astrology and Simple Astrology. Astrology is not simple. Otherwise, I would have kept that name. That's impossible. I'm looking at the practical aspect of astrology. I can't simplify things for anyone. He thought, okay, tell me the trick. There is no trick in astrology. How I will be reaching. If I gave him that, he would have misused that thing. I intentionally didn't told that guy because I knew he would have misused in that power. Then that would have harmed me at the end of the day, because I would have become his bad guru. So why I should do something wrong? Because in that end he would be harming many people. Half knowledge is more dangerous. So one need to have that whole knowledge, then only you can reach up to that level of becoming a guru. For that you need patience. If you didn't have a patience in yourself, that means something is wrong in you. My friend was saying for the past so many years that why don't you start a YouTube channel? You're so good in English. But somehow I was not feeling well. In the starting videos I was stammering. I didn't had that much of confidence inside me. So hold on the horses. Don't reach to conclusions in a single day. It took me many years. It took me 46 years. Have patience and have respect for everyone. If I am here, it took me years to wear this robe also. I started from 2022. Means at the end of 2021, I started wearing this kurta. This is the first kurta I bought. This simple one. 2 yellow, 1 red, 1 green. And I used to wear jeans. On top of that, I used to wear this. Now I started wearing pajama from 2023. It took me more than 1 year to wear a pajama also with a kurta. I felt shy. I couldn't carry myself with this attire. Earlier, after my father died, I said I won't cut my hairs. And getting this long beard, I had to wait. I didn't feel good. It's not so easy to put your shoes in anything. I was very modern, a convert educated person. I loved wearing good dresses, good blazer, good coat, good jeans. Half the time I used to wear woodland shoes. It's a 360-degree U-turn. So don't judge anything so easily. I'm just trying to be fully frank with everyone. Just don't reach to conclusions. And just don't label yourself, okay, this is good or this is bad. There is nothing good or bad. It's the vision which you hold in your eyes. Even if you may be seeing something in the wrong sense, it might not be it might not be wrong. You're misjudging things. You're misjudging people. So my word is patience, and it's more important practically also because planets are not getting good in the near future also. I'm not trying to vent out myself. I have not prepared this video to vent out myself at anyone. I don't feel angry on anyone, and I don't even like to teach people a lot, and don't like to preach a lot. Actually, I don't want to show myself that I'm such a good preacher. No, I don't want to. I just want to guide you people in a perfect way, on the better path, on the right track. Just keep yourself focused, because if Rahu is getting inside your head and he is bluffing you, then he will be pointing you to the easiest way, and you will be getting in that path, and you might be leaving the bigger things, actually bigger targets, for that small one penny. You become greedy for one penny, you become a thief, and you end up in a jail, and you miss your bigger target of achieving something big. That's karma. These planets cheat you, make you to cheat, disillusion you. That's why I focus a lot on Rahu and Ketu. Shani doesn't disillusion you, it delays things. He says you won't be getting it without any hard work. That's how Saturn works. It delays. You say you are not mature enough. So you get mature. After he screws you properly, you understand the value of everything. So there's a difference between Ketu and Saturn. Okay. So that will be enough for the day. I will be talking about these type of things in future videos also. Thank you.